Yellow. It's Alex, clearly. So this is the video for week 2. Clearly I have finished week 2. It's Tuesday afternoon. So I got my 3rd injection last night. You'll hear about that next week. No, you can hear about that this week. Can you stop being a rude dog, please? Those are not safe for puppy. So, following up from last week, I told you a little bit about the muscle redistribution and whatnot, and blah blah blah. My arms are super fit, super strong now, you know. You like that? Like that. Yes. So that's gotten further along. Along with my neck, I've noticed has been a place that is that just I don't know how the muscles in your neck can possibly be different, but they are. I don't know. When I get a medical degree, I'll let you know. My torso as well. My waist has definitely gone up by a few inches. I used to have a very petite waist, and now it's manly. Got a manly waist. Yeah. I also have a manly smell. It's not pleasant. If you've ever smelled a man, it's not good. It's not a smell you want to have, but it's a smell that I have because I've got a man hormone now. And yeah, I honestly gonna hit up some friends and be like, hey, you were a teenage boy at some point. I'm basically a teenage boy now, and I need advice on how to not smell like a dirty gym locker. Because right now I'm just showering like multiple times a day, and my mom says she hasn't really noticed, but that's because I'm showering multiple times a day. I've noticed. I wake up smelling bad. I take a shower, I go to bed, and I wake up smelling bad. It's not ideal. So if I get advice on how to work around that, I will share it with you guys. It's not a fun smell. It's what we signed up for, though, huh? It's what we signed up for. Bad smells and muscles. The headaches I mentioned, I told you guys, I told you guys I got headaches, and I was eating better and drinking water, and that helped with it, and they haven't really come back since week 1. So I don't know if it was an adjustment period, or if I really am just drinking a lot of water and eating really, really well. I don't know. But no more headaches, which is great. No muscle cramps either. Been totally fine, so hooray, because those are not pleasant things to deal with. But in losing them, I picked up acne. It was the one thing I was hoping I could get away with not getting, you know. Just fingers crossed that my genetics would let me get out of that one, but they didn't. I have acne right now. I don't know if you can see it. I hope you don't. I hope I am beautiful, not an acne monster, but it happens. Hormones. You know. They warned us. I'm just gonna drop my laptop. But yes, they warned us. It happened. Acne for me. Sex drive. Everybody likes to joke about it. You know, you're going on testosterone and you're gonna turn into a monster. Wouldn't call myself a monster, but well, yes, I would. But yes, my antidepressants had sort of stomped on my sex drive before, so I feel like I'm at like a normal person's level now. You know, an average human. I don't know what to call it. Range. But yeah, so I mean, if you are not lacking one, you're probably gonna have an increase. Have fun with it, you know, do your thing. Sure you can handle it. So I told you guys with the muscle growth came muscle soreness. To be expected. You know, you go to the gym, you work out, your muscles hurt. And that's what it felt like. And then you have a crash. I don't have another way to explain it. It's a crash. When you're about due for your next injection, you feel like crap. Your muscles don't hurt in the way like you've exercised. They hurt like if you've ever had the flu and been bedridden for a couple days, and then you go to get out of bed, get back to your life, and your muscles are all really achy, and they're like, no, we should go back to bed. It feels kind of like that, and you just want to sleep. Well, I just wanted to sleep. Maybe you won't. Yeah, I like almost slept through my appointment for my injection, which would not have made me feel any better. I needed the injection in order to stop feeling the crash. So, beware. Yeah. Let's see, what else do I have on there? Yeah, I have a list, so I don't forget to tell you guys anything. Oh, I wanted to follow up more about the injection. So, I have some syringes and stuff here that I'm going to show you guys in a minute, but I wanted to talk about the actual placement of the injection. So, it'll go in like the frontish of your thigh or near your butt. I haven't done the butt. I don't plan on doing the butt. If you're looking for that information, you're going to have to ask somebody else. I'm not interested in the butt injection. But what I've been doing is the thighs. And I have not injected myself yet. That's the goal. And I will get to why I haven't yet in a minute. So, I got my first injection a couple weeks ago. And I got it in this thigh. Right about here. Kind of like I showed you guys with my arm in the first video. And it was very simple. The nurse just put the syringe in my leg and put stuff in. And that was that. Second week, I had a different nurse. Did this thigh, because you have to alternate thighs so that you don't scar and whatnot. And mostly the same, except he did what the nurses call a Z-track, which is basically they tense the skin. They hold it taut. And he said it was something about having the muscle go back in place around the injection to, I don't know, trap it, I guess would be the best word. And I was like, okay, well, that's slightly different than what the last nurse did, but like, hey, can't be a huge difference because obviously it worked. And then last night I went in for my third injection, and she did the side of this thigh, like right around here. I don't know if you can hear. Here-ish. So still my thigh, not my butt, but to the side and further up my leg. And I was like, I'm sure you know what you're doing, but I don't know what you're doing. I need you to explain to me why I've gotten through different styles of injection done, because I can't learn to do it myself. If I'm not being shown any one way to do it, I'm being shown a whole bunch of different ways. And so she said, like, obviously they all work, but they've all been taught different ways to do it. And so I've seen videos of people who self-inject on here, and I've seen people do the side of their thigh. I've seen doctors doing the front of the thigh. And I was like, I mean, it just doesn't seem like there's any one standard uniform way to do it. And so she said she's going to talk to the other nurses that she works with about it. And they're all going to try to get kind of on the same page so that me and any other patients can all be learning one way to inject, so that we're not trying to remember 3 different styles of injection for when we do, or if we do decide to self-inject. Because, I mean, I prepped all the needle stuff myself. I was confident in remembering that, and I was feeling like maybe I'll inject myself if she, like, talks me through it. And then she said she did it in a different spot, and I was like, well, then I'm not doing it. I have no idea what I would need to do for that case. So she injected. And so when they figured out which way they're doing it, I will start trying it out myself. Kind of nervous, but I'm super tough. I can do it. I won't be doing any self-injection videos. I'm going to show you in this video how you set up the syringe, but I'm not going to do a self-injection video at this point, or probably at any point. I'm not going to say definitely. Not today, because I don't have testosterone. I have, what is sterile water? Oh my goodness. Ah. Go lay down. I have sterile water, which I'm not supposed to inject it myself, so I'm not doing that. That's not happening. But also because I'm not comfortable with, I don't know, showing everybody me sticking a needle into myself. I don't know if I'm not comfortable for my sake or for your sake, but I'm just not comfortable doing it, so I'm not doing it. But I am going to show you guys how to set up the needle in just a moment. You can't be right here, or you're gonna get poked with a needle, and I'm gonna cry. I don't want to cry. Not on the internet. You'll embarrass me in front of my friends. Good dog. Lay down. Stay out of my way, so that I can do this safely. So, I'll show you guys what I have. And I think I have sterile wipes in my first aid kit. If not, I'll just pretend. I do have a wipe. So, I have this box in which there is a vial, or what I'm calling a vial, I haven't looked at it yet, of sterile water, or sterile diluent, which is water. I don't know why they have to write that, they're rude. Anyways, we'll open this in a minute. I have my sterile travel wipe. You need 2 of these when you're self-injecting, but for now I just need the one. You need 1 of them for the bottle, vial, whatever you want to call it, and 1 for yourself. I'm not injecting myself, so I just need the 1. You have the sharps. Hold them up here. Inside of that plastic tube is the pointy needle bit. It's very small. You'll see in a little bit. And you have your actual syringe in which, in which the fluid goes. Like I told you, very small syringe. You don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to show you guys how to set it up. And I'm just going to show you how to set up for my, there are many bottles in here. I thought it was a big bottle. There's many small bottles. So, it won't close. I'm failing on the internet. No. There we go. So there's that. We have our tiny bottle. What they're going to tell you to do, we're going to pretend this is a bottle of some actual medication. You look at what it is on this bottle. Sterile diluent, which is what they're calling the water. If it's a medication, you want to make sure that says the name of your medication. Okay? You don't want to inject yourself with someone else's prescription. That's dangerous. Don't do that. Check the dosage. It's written very small, so I'm not going to try to have you guys read it in the video, but it's it tells you how much is in the bottle, tells you the dosage, you know, how much is in the carrier, and then if there's an expiration date on it, which there is on this, apparently sterile water expires 25 January 2018. Not expired. Today is not 2018. Those are the things you really want to check on your vials, okay? You guys need to stay safe. So, if you're self-injecting anything, really, check that information. If it has your name or your doctor's name on it, make sure that's there too. Like, just, you can't be too thorough when it comes to your medical care. You can't. So, pay attention. And then, is this coming off this? I should have done this before the video, but that's, you guys are going to sit here for the first time with me, setting up this vial. So I just took a little plastic cap off, so now there's just, no, you can't have any. Go lay down. I'll hold it up here. In the middle there, it kind of looks like a tire, so the middle part, that would be the rim, that is a rubber seal. What I assume might be rubber, maybe it's like a latex or something. Something along that texture spectrum. So, that is where your needle's going to go through. We're going to set that aside for now, though. We've got the syringe with all the numbers on it. We open. Clean your hands before you do that. I'm not sanitizing myself right now because I'm not injecting myself right now, but we've got this. I'm going to put it on my laptop. And we have our sharp. Hello, Mother. I am taking a video. No privacy. Anyways, got the sharp. It comes in this. Okay? You're not going to stab yourself in just taking it out. You're fine. Don't worry about it yet. You've got it. Pops on there. Okay? Just and then they want you to screw it on. There's not any sort of, like your juice carton screws on. There's no lines. You just screw it on, just nice and tight. So that's on there. This plastic part just comes off, and there you can see your pointy bit. Move through a few different light spectrums in case you're having a hard time seeing it. There's your pointy bit. You've got it right there. And then you've got your vial. Before you put it in your vial, very important. This vial, or the vial with your medication, is vacuum sealed. I'm assuming this is as well. So you want air in your syringe that won't listen to you. You want air. You can do more than you are pulling out. It doesn't hurt. I actually might suggest it. Syringe, vial. Put it in. Super simple. Now they're together. Together forever. Put it upside down. And then you want, see how close I can hold this to the camera so you guys can see. You want the end of your needle to be in the fluid. You don't want to just fill your needle with air. It's not going to kill you, but you don't want a needle full of air. It's not going to help you any. And then you want to push the air that you drew into your syringe. You can see the bubbles. Push it into there so that you have, it's a fair exchange. You need to give the vial as much as you're going to take out. And now we've got the needle in the fluid. You want to draw it out. And I was told to just draw it out past my prescription. Because then you're going to put all the air and the extra back in until you have an accurate measurement. And you have an air bubble in there, it's a pain. Just kind of give it a flick. If you didn't do a good job like I did great in the doctor's office. Just can push it back in. Do it again. And these are practice needles. They gave me practice needles, so I can just do this as many times as I want. Really doesn't matter. See, in that one there's almost no air in my syringe. So then I'll just, yeah, you can see the numbers on there. I, for my prescription, have to get it to that 2. So I'm just going to push it back out until I get it to that 2, which I'm doing it in the video, so this is kind of hard to see, but I think that's right there. So, got it to the 2. Oh, I'm so good. It's almost exactly the 2. And you can pull it out. And now, put that up there so I don't leak water everywhere. We have our syringe. You are not going to inject this needle in yourself. It's considered unsanitary now that it has touched that bottle. Even though, I decided not to waste my wipe, but you're supposed to take your sanitary wipe and wipe down the cap on here. It's water. I'm not extremely concerned right now, but despite that, this needle is considered contaminated. You're not supposed to touch yourself with this. So that's why this fancy plastic contraption is here. You just take your thumb, pop it up, and it's covered. See that? Safe. Not gonna contaminate myself with this pointy, infected end. And then this little plasticky bit screws right back off the same way you screwed it on. And then, pretending that we're changing to a new needle, which I'm not, you just screw on your new needle and pull off the plastic that you had on there, just like this one. It's the exact same setup. And then you can inject away. It's that easy. Well, I mean, I took a long time getting around to it because I was explaining every tiny step, but it's pretty simple once you've done it. Yes, and you can see, you've been looking at this, it's very small. Like, there's my pinky. It's a very small needle, and it doesn't hurt a lot. I will say the injection to the side of my thigh felt a lot weirder than the front of the thigh, but I wouldn't say that it hurt more. It was just a different sensation. I didn't buy a sharps container, so I'm gonna have to safely remove this after this video is over. Yeah, so walked you guys through that. Thought I should share, get the practice in for myself, of course. Wouldn't do it without a selfish motive. But yeah, we're past 20 minutes now, so I should probably end the video. If you have any questions you want to ask me, I'm going to include the link to my blog's Ask option in the description, so you can go there. I only ask that if you want your question answered in a video, you start your ask with VQ:. I will also write that in so that you can remember without having to watch this 100 times. But yeah, otherwise I'll answer it on my blog. So if you want it in the video, write VQ:, before your question. Hit me up. I'd love to answer your questions. Have a good week.